Let's take our little bands. Take your bands. Take your hands out. Good morning. And we'll pull down and exhale. Hello, beautiful. Hello. Hi, Shireen. And exhale, pull. And exhale. Good morning, Betty. Good morning, Rick. Everybody's got some water nearby, some bands nearby. You guys keep going. I am going to lift the view just the tiniest bit. Hi, Jean. Just the tiniest bit. Good. And then grab I have this handy. Okay, we're going to pull down. Good. And we're letting everybody come in. You can check your wrists are long. Your exhale pulls the spring, the band down. And exhale. And exhale. And exhale. Neck is soft. Good. All right. Now, some of us have done more. If you need to continue warming up your upper body, please do. But if you would like, lift up your heels at the same time. You pull, yes, the bar down, the band down. Exhale, lift up your heels. Lift up your heels. So the heel lift is optional. If your arms are getting tired, because you've been with me since the beginning, you can just do the heel raise. Or you can take more slack in your band. So we're going to do 10 together. It's a way to get some lower body movement. 9, your knees are long but soft. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. All right, we're going to take the band to the feet. Step on your band in the middle. 2 feet if you have a lighter band or you're feeling strong today, or 1 foot if you need a little breather. You're going to bend both elbows and straighten. You're going to bend both elbows, and as you bend, exhale, and as you lengthen, you're inhaling. Your wrists, if you check them out or you feel them, they should be pretty straight. Comfortable is the more important position. You're not letting the band take your wrist, bending them backwards. And you have neck free and knees soft. You can even kind of make sure they should be able to move. 11, they're not backwards locked behind you. 4, if you notice your abs are a little bit toned below the ribs and your pubic bone's pulling up. Okay, we're going to shoot for 5 more if you can. Exhale, it's controlled on the way up. Another little trick is your chest is open. You're not letting the shoulders roll forward. 3. All right, take 2 more. 2. 1 more, exhale. Now release that. Great, take your band, kind of like the lower shoulder blade area or mid shoulder blade, your palms face up. Push out. Now we're going to go forward. Exhale out and forward. Your knees are soft. Exhale, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, good job. 10, go the other way. And 10. Oh, I love the fireplace in the background. 2. Now, if you check out your palms, or excuse me, your wrists, they're pretty neutral. You're keeping them happy. They're not getting torqued backwards or hyperextended. All right, neck is soft. Knees are soft. Exhaling on the harder part, but still controlling the band throughout the circle. 2 more. 1 more. Now we're going to take a stretch. So palms are going to hold on kind of like a Y or a V, you could say, behind you. Now here's where it's easy to get your wrist torqued backwards. So knuckle roll a little bit. Oh, neck is soft. 5, 4, 3, 2, now 1, and let that down. And those should feel good because they're posture. Shake it out like your arms are little noodles. Take your hands on the handles if you have them, or on the ends if you have a dynaband. Step in the middle with 1 or 2 feet. 2 feet in the band is going to be harder than 1 feet. One feet in the band. So heels on. Now both bands are equal. Bend your elbows and exhale. Now this one is, you could notice you want to just make your wrist feel good. This one's it's vulnerable to, the band could take over your wrist, but you want to keep them happy, in line with your forearm, in line with your hand. So you feel your shoulders, you feel your biceps, but you don't feel your neck. You could do this at any moment. You could feel your knees move easily at any moment. And I like to feel that the abs are slightly on, 5%, 10%, and not making you go low back sway more than your neutral inward curve. Exhale. Good. Your elbows are going to stay higher than your wrist, even right here. Yeah, Gene. So right there, your elbows are going to stay higher than your wrist. That's it. And let's do 3 more. Neck is soft. 2. And exhale. 1. Okay, so we're going to take the hands kind of like a Y behind. This is for posture. Again, and it may be that this time you go 1 inch lower or 1 inch higher. So basically you're going to hit the fibers of the pecs, the chest, in different ways in the stretch. So from the side, my arms are behind me and hold. Neck is free, wrists are forward. Good, Michelle. Like if you can move your neck that freely, you're probably not holding tension there, but it's just a nice check because that's such a vulnerable area to hold tension. You can notice during the day, that's what we do too. And you just let it go. All right, exhale. I'm going to keep the band. I'm just going to take off this. If you need a sip, grab it. This is a good chance to grab a sip. And come back to your band in the hand behind you. This other hand is lower back. So right here, you've got this lower back. Now push up with the top arm, but leave the bottom arm still. So I'm going to turn so you know what I mean. Yeah. Up, neck is soft. Anytime your arm is overhead, it's easy to get too low back sway. 5, 6, 7. There you go, Jean. 8. What's also easy, 9, is to accidentally sink into that arm that's behind you. It's your low back. So you're going to keep your back long and not let it sink. The ribs are equidistant over the pelvis. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now let that go. You can hold on palm low with the other hand and push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Back of the arm, triceps are so important to get strong. 8, knees are soft. 9, 10, I like how your back is long, not leaned over. 11, I like how your abs are helping protect your back. I like how your head's not poking forward. This also has a nickname of shave the back of the head. That's how close your hand is to the back of your head. I like to add a little exhale that helps pull the belly in. So you have a little extra support on your spine on those hard parts. When you're done with that 20th one, let your arms down. You can give them a little flow. And take your, I'm just gonna hold this, but I'm not using it. Just take your hands in an interlaced position and open up. But I'm not really using my band here. Yeah. Lift up your crown. Take another shoulder chest stretch. So somewhere like a Y. Good. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2. Inhale. Ooh, and 1. Really good. And then take your hands, palm up. Put your elbows really close to your sides. And you're gonna put it's not big, you're gonna put your forearms to the right and left. It's not very big. 4. And then look at your wrist. Are they straight or are they accidentally trying to turn? You're gonna keep enough tone in there that you're in control. Good. You're in line with the shoulders. So what you're doing is practicing good posture while you're doing your exercises. Then your body gets more used to that as your homeostasis. So from the side, your ears in line with your shoulder. Let's take an exhale every time we open and return with control. 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to take the hand on one side of your dynaband or your elastic tubing. Step on the tail, one hand only, so this hand can just be resting and keeping your spine normal, neutral. Go out with this exhale. Adjust your foot so that you feel like in 15 reps, this is going to be harder or challenging or warm, but doable. Exhale. You feel tone when you do this exhale. Right here, 6, a little tone. Yeah, I like my hand there too. It reminds my abs to work and reminds me not to shift. Good, and you see how you're not going higher than shoulder height? And you see how your body would want to lean, but you're not letting it. So it's 12, knees soft, neck soft. 13, 14, one more, 15. Now we're going to take it to the other. Step on that. 2, 3. It's a long elbow. 4. And you're controlling it. 5, so the band just doesn't slam you back down. 6, 7, this should be working. 8, little tone. 9, scan the knees. 10, because they're soft. 11, you can scan the jaw. 12, 13, 14, 15. Now we're going to take the other foot. We're going to do a set of front raise. Sit on or stand on the heel on the band. Go forward, and at first you may have to readjust. That's okay. It's real easy to lean back, but you're going to stay tall, neck soft. Good. Nice. Knees soft. 6, 7, this muscle right here, the deltoid. 8, a little more anterior deltoid. 9. Look at your wrist, just double check it's doing okay. 11, 12, a little bit of tone in your abs right here. 13, 14, one more. Switch it up so your other foot is standing on the dynaband, on the tube. Pull forward, good. Now, see how easy it is to turn. You're gonna keep your pelvis forward, your hips forward, your shoulders equidistant, and not let it turn. 5, you're Exhale lifts you up. 5, if it's too hard, just give yourself a little more slack. 6, 7, try to make sure you're not turning here. 8, good. 9, you're square. 10, up, good. And are both feet equally weighted, or are you accidentally shifting more on one foot? Yeah, there you go, that looks better. How about 3 more? 3, 2, 1. Now the band is going to be for dynamic flexibility. So you may have to go an inch wider than you tend to, because you're going to take the band down all the way. That means if you need to give yourself more slack, you do. Because if you have to do this to get the flexibility, that's too much. And back, and back, and back, and back. And good, that should feel good. Your wrists are tempted to get torqued, but you're going to keep them. Yeah, see if you can go all the way back to your booty. Can you go all the way back with the band? There you go. But make sure nothing hurts. Good, Jean. Okay, now find a place and hold. Ah, 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale and exhale. Terrific. Grab a sip. Let's grab a heavier weight. So anywhere from 3 to 10 pounds for bicep curls. Grab a sip if you need it. Check out your knees. Pull your elbows. And the thing is, you can always do a few more reps. If you aren't fatigued, you can always do a few fewer. You'd like to find some challenging at the final repetitions. Good speed. Now, it may be that you prefer a hammer grip. That is just fine. If you do, it looks like that. It's a little more brachioradialis. We're trying to, quote, stress the muscle more than it's used to promote growth. And I like how your chest and shoulders are open. You're not letting the chest and shoulders poke forward. When you lower the weight, you're making sure that the weight doesn't take your elbows backwards, just shy of long. A little bit of ab tone, so your low back doesn't have more tone than your abs. Knees soft. You can always do that if you need with your knees, kind of making sure. All right, up to 5 more. Let's say you're fatigued and you've got a good burn and you need to rest, that's okay. Otherwise, see if you can take 3 more. 2, 1. I'm gonna lower that weight down carefully. So I'm using my strong back. I'm not rounding my back with a unsupported forward flexion. I'm in support. This is kind of like your clothes are drying in the wind. 5, 4, 3, 2, nice, and 1. Now, those same weights probably you're going to use as an upright row. So you're going to flip the palm towards you, pull up with your elbow, elbows 2, knees are soft, 3, and your wrists are happy. So figure out how they get happy so they're not torqued wildly. It's, if you look at the bone, it's the humerus that we're really doing the raise of. It's the more important. 6, it's a sort of a short levered lateral raise. We're gonna do the longer raise in a moment too. Knees soft, neck easy. Exhale, inhale. Nice, Jean. the side, you can see the head's not poking forward. Up to 5 more. If you're fatigued, you've done well, that's fine. Up to 4 more. Up to 3 more. Up to 2. Up to 1 more. Now lower that down. Interlace your fingers at your low back. Good, and open. Now notice how the head kind of wants to come forward, but you don't want it to. 5, 4, 3, 2, and I'm gonna have us do one more of these anyway. Just, it's a nice way to get rid of tension. It's kind of like shaking out your neck. It just lets it go from the upper traps, from the hands if they're gripping unnecessarily. You're just letting some tension go. You can even shake out your hands if you want. 5, 4, 3, and your hands can actually hit you, and that's fine. 2 and 1. We're going to take the lighter weight, so anywhere from 2 to 7, 2 to 8. Take your lighter weight. For example, I have a 5. Knees soft. Lateral raise, I could say that too, right? So lateral. Now, even though I'm doing a lateral raise, I see that I'll show you from the side. The hands are just barely slightly ahead of the body as opposed to back here. So you can see the weights in your vision. Knees are soft. And again, I'm just playing it safe. I kind of like high benefit, low risk. So basically going to shoulder height. I'm not going higher right now. Next soft with this 6. Good. I like how you're controlling it on the way down. 7, 8, checking the knees. 9. Good. I like that controlled. 10, breathing. Controlled but relaxed, so not rigid, but you're not holding your breath. Your face is soft. How much release can you have in the face? There's no tension around the eyes. 16. I like it. 17. 18. 19. I am going to lower those weights for a moment. Good. Interlace. Open up. Feels good. Notice how I'm not poking the head forward here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and good. Let that go. We're going to take them to the front. So probably the same weight, anywhere, let's just say from 3 to 8. And palms face your thighs now. Go forward. Now it's very tempting to lean back when you put your arms forward, but what you're going to do is hold your own and not lean. Have a little tone on the pubic bone pulling up the abs, and that's easier to set your pelvis in an appropriate place by having a little softness or knee bend. If you're rigid, it's very hard to keep your low back safe, so you want to soften the knees. That way you can have some tone in those abs, some manipulation of that pelvis. Neck soft. Shoulder height. Long wrist. Good. Notice how the body is helping you stay balanced. So there's tiny little muscles firing around your ankles, around your abs, around your shoulder blade stabilizers. So the shoulders are not lifting when you do this, they're staying down the back. It's almost like the muscles below your shoulder blades are they're stabilizing. They're not your primary mover, but they are stabilizing. Take 3 more. 2. 1 more. Let's get those down. I'm going to offer that if you need to take a sip, you can. You can also just hold this stretch longer. I'm going to grab a sip. Mine's up here. And hold 5. 4, 3, 2, nice, and 1. Now, similar weight. Let's just say 2 to 8, okay? So for example, I'm gonna take a 5, and you're bending the knees. I'm gonna turn sideways so you can see what I'm doing. Kind of like your force absorbers. Now, you're opening up like a T, but you're like a table that's on a diagonal. Rear flat, so I'm gonna turn and show you sideways. Yep, good, Karen. No reason to go higher than your back, just go to your back if that, your shoulder height. Now, look, your knees are bent because that's gonna help you stay in your quads. You're gonna not be just hanging out with long knees. That's gonna help you get your low back in an area you want. So you've got a little sit bone lift, a little sternum lift, and that's achievable because you've got that knee bend. Good. And what you're doing is putting your rear deltoid in line of gravity. So the back of your shoulder is asked to lift the weight. And I'm turning. Good, Betty, that looks good. You can kind of pause at the top. It's not like you pause, but you slow it down here. Yeah, you're in control. There you go. Do you see how you work that? The hardest range of motion you're working. So you're not just letting the weights fly down. 5, yeah, nice, Rick. Good, Jean. 4, good, Betty. 3, both arms are equally going higher, or equally the same height. 1, now keep that and stand. Kind of see how you can hold on and take some shoulders rolls. Now on this next one, if you have a heavier weight, you might like to do these seated, but if you have a weight that's comparable, you're gonna put your feet in neutral here, underneath your hips-ish, your hands here, kind of like there's a shelf. Now turn your abs on and push. So basically you're not gonna let your low back go all over the place, right? You've got some tone, and I'll turn. So you can do this seated if you'd like. You exhale and inhale. The weight is in front of you. It's not drifting behind you here. You exhale. I like a little knee bend to help keep my abs in the right place and not backwards, locking knees. I am also controlling it on the way down. Exhale, because that's the harder part. Nice. And the other thing is, if everybody looks good though, but if you had a short ceiling area, you could do the seated just because it gives you room to push. I like how you're not locking your elbows out. I like how you're not thrusting the head forward in an attempt to, the illusion to get higher. Now the last 5 are hard, so if you need to rest, do. Otherwise, last 5, last 4, last 3, last 2, last 1, and lower those down. That was awesome. Let that down and take a stretch with one hand high, like an elbow back, one hand coming from the bottom. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then let's switch it up. Jaw line parallel. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, inhale, and exhale. Let those arms sway. While we sway, I'm just going to mention that the next exercise is going to be a supported row. So you'll need a heavier weight, somewhere between 3 and 10 or 5 and 10 would be good. Don't worry if you don't have that, you can always do more. So I'm going to take 10s, for example. in, bend the knees, kind of like that position we had earlier, and that's gonna let me manipulate my spine. So see how it's lifted sit bone, lifted sternum? I am not round like a Halloween cat. Upright row. I'm pausing just because I'm making sure we're on. I'm gonna turn. Okay, good. Now I'm looking, you guys just keep going. I'm looking at each. Good, Jean. Pull. Yeah. Now look at my low back. See how it's not round, it's lifted up. So I'm looking at you guys from the side. Karen, that looks good. Michelle, that looks good. Yep, and lift your sternum a little bit, Jean. I think you could do just a tiny kind of lift your heart like that a little. Yeah, good. So what that does is see how that makes my back long and not round. Actually, Betty, if you want, bend your elbows by your sides. Now, that, yeah. Yeah, so we did the rear flat already, so this one's a little different. I'm gonna turn so you can see me. Bend, there's some bicep, there's some real deltoid. I just need to make sure our back is supported. It is not round here. Sit bones are lifting. 5 more. Good. Exhale, 4. You might be able to lift your sit bones a little higher, Shireen. 3. Kind of like you're along, look how long the back is. 2. 1 more, exhale. Now carefully lower the weights down. We're gonna take a half moon stretch. Over, remember this one from the yoga? Now if you want, cross that foot. And if you want, and you do want, it's so good, rotations just to get all those areas. 5. That looks great, good Michelle. 4, breathing. 3, 2, go up, over, foot. And of course, if you want to rotate, please do. Breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, take your inhale. And as you exhale, gently come back up. Perfect. Interlace the fingers, open up. Lift up your arms. 5, 4, 3, 2, inhale, and then exhale. So I'm going to offer that we use a roller, but if you want to use your wall or your chair, you can. I just want it for balance. And all that's happening here is a single calf raise. If you remember at the beginning of class, we did a double calf raise. So I'm going to turn, you can lift up a foot and go up with your heel, softly lower. 2, 3, now your abs are making sure your low back doesn't get sway. 4, 5, 6, I like to even out the calves here. 7, and work them independently to make sure. 8, they're both getting attention. 9, also like this for vessel health. Now take the other foot, put it on the floor, get the other foot off the floor. I like to just wrap it 10 reps. And I like how you guys don't thrust your knees forward to make this happen. You see that dysfunctional move a lot, but I see everyone is going up and not thrusting their legs forward out of a compensatory movement. So just notice that you're doing that right. That way you know you can keep doing it. It's really good. I don't see that in anyone. Nice. All right, like old times, let's do that second set. Let's do the second set. Lift up. Heel is, so I've just got 1 foot off the floor. I've got it wrapped behind my other. 3, 4, abs are on. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, other side. Wrap that foot, go up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. Now, just for balance, I'm gonna take my socks off because we're gonna lift and spread our toes 5 times. And then take one balance pose. So that is just to make sure we are strengthening the glute medius. If you want to lift your arms, you can. I'm just counting to 30. Good tree. Now, when you're ready, let's make this part of the movement, the balance. Touching the thumbs to the heart. Lower that foot, lift up your other foot. Good. Lift and spread your toes. These pants always come down. This is going to be probably on your inner thigh, maybe on your calf. Arms up. Woo. And then come back into a really soft breath like we do at the end of class. All right, take another inhale. As you exhale, lower your hands. And then lower your foot. That was really good. All right, we're gonna go to the floor. And if you could have your band nearby, your roller nearby, and some hand weights, okay? So you have a little bit of everything. I am gonna tilt this down. Good. All right. Oh, also have your drink nearby. Okay. While we're here, you've got a band or a sock. I'm going to take out my correct toes. Lift up your sock 5 times or your band 5 times. If you can do it with both feet, go for it. There's 1, 2, good. 3, do you see how that strengthens the arch muscles? 4, good, nice. 5, actually, let's do 5 more. That way, if somebody had only 1 band, 1 sock, they can do it again. So, but arch strengthen, those are so important for the whole body. Can you see how your whole body's resting on the arches of your feet? And a lot of times people don't work them, but we do. Arch. And on this last one, hold it up there. 10, arch strengthening. 9, hold it up there when you're ready. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. If you have my hands, you're doing this parasympathetic contraction. That's good. And then let that go. I think it's Thai language. They call the feet hands. The word is the same. So anyway, it's like letting you know they should be that dexterous, huh? Okay, take your long legs, take your band around your feet. I like it low on my heel arch because I don't like that 5th metatarsal, that bone right there. Stylo process to get sensitive. So I want your feet to feel good. Sit up, pull, exhale, sit tall. Just shake them aside. See how tall I am? Now, if you need to sit on a pillow, you can. Or if you need to bend the knees slightly. Gene, that's good. Bend your elbows. Your posture looks good. Yep, bend and straighten. Yep, bend and straighten. Now, this is what we did when we did that bent over row. Now we're doing this with a band. And your neck is long, which is another way of saying your shoulder blades are down your back. Pull, exhale, pull. This is also the lat. Now, when you're ready, let's see if you can add on, we'll add on a right, pure rotation. You're not leaning over. Both fanny cheeks are still weighted. Four, three, two, and one. Okay, now I'm gonna open to the side a little. Make your elbows glued to your ribs and open up external rotation. Make your elbows glued to your ribs and open up external rotation. Elbows are glued. I'm looking at everyone. Looks good. Nice. These are those external rotators that are so important to complement the fact that the front of our shoulders get drawn forward, our eyes are forward. Most work tasks we do are before us. Maybe some people do a cards or do a backhand with a tennis, but a lot of activity is front biased. So we are strengthening the back of the shoulder blades. It's not going to feel like a big squat. It's going to feel like more therapeutic, supporting musculature. All right, take 5 more. Check out the wrists. They're neutral. Okay, now just shake it out a minute. If you need to sit, grab it. We're going to do a rear flap. And okay, open up like a T almost. But you see how my arm is just slightly lower than my shoulder height. And so you may be wondering, is it crossed? Is it not? You can do it either way. I like to cross cross the strap, just because it keeps that vector a little cleaner, but it will work with it not strapped if this crossed position is too hard or it's uncomfortable on your foot. Yeah, you see how it's almost like you're hugging a tree in reverse. Now, did you see how I was slouching when I wasn't paying attention? So lift up, and that way your back muscles are working, your abs are working. I like it. Betty, your posture has gotten so good. 3, 2, 1. Now I'm gonna turn so you can see me. This is gonna give those posture muscles a break because I know they've been working, but it also is gonna work our abs and biceps. See if you can bend your elbows and straighten, but you see how I'm leaned back in a flexion? Now, if you want it harder, lift up your humerus, your upper arm a little. Nice, Jean. Good. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Neck is soft. Five more, 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, 1 more. Now, this is purely to relieve tension in the body and to stretch. Take your feet together and just relax your mind. Instead of tension, instead of strengthening, just come into a little stretch here. Relax your neck. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Take another inhale. And on your exhale, gently come back up. Keep your weights handy. We're going to do a lying down exercise that's a chest press. So I'm going to encourage the heavier weight, but if you don't have heavier weight or you want to do the lighter one, you can always do more reps. So for example, the 10s are handy. Now I have to get away from the wall a little bit because we're going to have our arms out wide, like a chest press. Okay, so you're gonna get your weights nearby. I'm gonna show you without the weights. It's gonna look like this. Okay, now grab your weights. And you're gonna exhale and push, and they can touch. And then they bend and exhale. Now inhale, it's kind of like your elbows are at 90 degrees, like a field goal post at the bottom of the range, and then they lengthen Of course, you're making sure your elbows don't hyperextend. And exhale. Now, if you notice what's on the floor, your lowest ribs are on the floor, your lower ribs. Your feet can be on the floor because that's going to help you keep the low back from arching. When you see the exaggerated low back curve off the floor with a really heavy weight, we're not doing that. We're doing this with good form. Neck is soft. There could be a pencil you would slide underneath your neck. You have that much room. All right. This is kind of like doing a push-up. So if you didn't have weights, you could do the push-ups on the wall or the floor. But we like to mix it up. 5, 4, 3, 2. Carefully lower the weights. You can take a full body stretch. And good, Rick. Yeah, I want you to go to, you feel like you have the fatigue, full body stretch. And I'll just tell you what we're doing on this one while you stretch. We're going to do a fly, which is kind of like you're hugging a tree. So you may like a little lighter weight. You might stick with the same one or a little lighter. And it's going to be, I'll show you without the weight, it's going to look like this. Hug a tree is going to look like this. But notice how my hands don't touch the floor. So you've got this. Now I'm going to grab my weights, touch the weights, and then open up like there's a tree in front of you that you're hugging. Notice how the feet are still on the floor. Inhale, the feet are on the floor, and Jean, you might like the feet on the floor. Yeah, because it helps your low back not even get risk of getting more lordotic. I'm not even touching my upper arm to the floor because I don't want to stress the shoulder. If you can see or imagine your shoulder, the shoulder blades are down the back. The shoulders are not poking towards the ceiling. The scapula, the shoulder blades are on the mat. All right, inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's get rid of those. Good, full body stretch. Inhale. And we're gonna be turning over for the upper back. So when you're ready, turn over. Gotta move some of my props. All right, when you turn over, get that roller and get your get your roller and make room. You're gonna do swan. If you don't have a roller, just do this without, but the roller's gonna make it a little nicer. Nice. Oh, I'm so glad everybody's got a roller. This is awesome. As you know, this is my favorite exercise with a roller, probably, as far as strength training or extensions. Good. Your pinky side of your hand, of your forearm, can push more into the roller. Love it. Nice. Yep, you figure out, it's always fine to adjust. You figure out where it feels good to go up. 5, wide shoulder blades. 4, 3, 2, and stay up and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, lower. Now inhale, we're going to go up again and either hold again, or for a challenge, you get Jean, and your hand can touch each side. Yep, either that or just stay up. Nice, Karen. All right, good. Nice. And when your arm is down on the roller, you really have to push. That way your back stays up and doesn't collapse towards the floor, right? And 4, 3, chin tuck if you need to. 2, both hands are going to be on the roller again, and we're going to go up, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then take a child's pose. Press your hips back, rest your arms, and if you need a sip, grab a sip. Where's the time go, guys? It's 6:51. Let's just do a few abs here. Luckily we did them yesterday, so if you did class yesterday, you did some abs on the roller. So we're gonna take the elbows down and the roller On this side, bend the knees and pull it under. Now, the toes are towards each other. That way, you are rolling out your shin. Pull your knees under. 5, 4, 3, 2, recover for a moment. Now we're going to do a hip hike where you lift your hips up and your knees are fairly long. So go back into a plank, lift your hips, and make yourself an upside down V, toes towards each other, so you're actually rolling out your shin. Up, 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 up. 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Rest for just a moment. We're going to take the knees corner to corner for obliques. Let your elbows be on the mat. Put your legs out like a plank. Bend your knees towards the left elbow, then do a plank, then towards the right, then towards the left, and towards the right. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest for just a moment. We're going to do a hip lift with long knees, but we're going to angle it towards the corner and then towards the other corner. So when you're ready, go back out to plank. Now lift up your hips, but the knees are long, kind of head towards one corner. Go back to plank, lift up your hips, go to the other corner. Okay, exhale as you do it. Exhale. Take 4, 3, 2, 1, and recover. Okay, now what we're going to do is roll out the upper back, take your feet on the mat, lift up, and now see how my booty's off the floor and my roller's under my back, hands behind the head, and go back and forth. You can do back bend over it, like a little extension, or you could do flexion. You can move a little left, and you can move a little right. And then turn. Let's do a little, just a little bit on the lat. Roll out that armpit, behind your armpit. See how your hand can help support your head? It's like you've got less tension on your neck when you let this hand help you. Sideways. Ooh, good. Right around the shoulder. So if you have a tendency towards forward shoulders, rounded shoulders, this is going to help. Breathe like you're sending your breath to that high side rib. You can deviate and find some things that work for you. 4, 2, keep the breath fluid so you're not holding your breath. If you find, oh, it's a little tight and you accidentally hold your breath, you're noticing it and you're letting that go. You're always a friendly witness to your habits and you just let them go without judgment. All right, let's take the other side. Cool, huh? You know that you can kind of roll back, find some shoulder areas, get on that lat. This hand is helping you support your neck a little so you don't have any tension. Wait, you're decreasing the tension. Open jaw, relax the mouth, relax the jaw. Keep the breath going. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and inhale and exhale. Now, lie on your back. Take your meditation here. Arms are like a field goal post. You can make it a bound angle if you want, and just let everything go. Just relax your mind. And we're gonna do, it's called the playground, the meditation. It's a playground. And so what you'll do is just notice right now how your body feels, and just imagine that each breath is giving your body more prana, more life force. Notice how the muscles feel so strong. And in your mind, they're full of strength throughout the body. You feel flexible. You feel pliant. You feel agile. You're imagining your cells in a state of balance. Your posture is wonderful. Your head is upright. Your mood is wonderful. Strong, flexible, agile, full of dexterity, able to accomplish all the tasks you need during your day with grace, flow, strength, and mobility. Imagine how you're walking through your day with grace, ease. You hear yourself landing well through the house, through your chores. As opposed to clunky, you feel fluid, graceful, energetic, vibrant, healthy. Your body is glowing. You feel good in this beautiful body that's stronger and more flexible and mobile and agile. Take as much of that energy on throughout your cells. And whenever you're ready, you can wake up your fingers and wake up your toes and lengthen through your spine in that beautiful, agile state of wellness. So your body is upright. You're imagining your body going through the day strong, flowy, fluid, graceful, balanced, vibrant, full of prana, which is life force. And just notice how that feels. This meditation can be done in different areas of the life. And so what we're doing it is with the body and wellness and total health. So notice how that feels. Give appreciation for all the strength, your mobility, flow, vibrance that your body has now. And whenever you're ready, let your eyes open and come back into the room. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Good job. Thank you. Have a great day. I'll see you soon. Bye.